You are what your employer cannot legally do, but they still do anyway. Ghana labor law explained. Let me ask you an honest question. Have you ever suffered at work and told yourself, this is normal in Ghana? What if I told you that some of the things your employer is doing to you are actually illegal under Ghana's Labor Act? Today we are exposing what your employer cannot legally do, but many still do anyway. By the end of this video, you will know exactly when to say, this is against the law. Number 1. Unpaid overtime. In Ghana, overtime is not automatic. Your employer cannot just decide that you must work late every day without paying you extra. Overtime is supposed to be voluntary, and once you agree to do it, the law says you must be compensated. If you are closing late every day, working weekends, or constantly staying beyond your normal hours, but your salary never changes, that is not kindness. That is not sacrifice. That is illegal. Some employers make overtime look normal. They say, we are all making sacrifices, or this is how the job is. But the Labor Act is clear. Once extra work becomes regular, it must be addressed in your conditions of service. Number 2, forcing you to work on public holidays. Public holidays are protected by law. Your employer cannot force you to work on those days unless the nature of your job requires it or your contract clearly says so. And even when you agree to work on a public holiday, you must be paid a higher rate. So if your friends are celebrating Independence Day or Eid or Christmas and you are at work with no extra pay, that is not dedication. That is a violation. Number 3, holding or delaying your salary. Your salary is not a favor. It is not a gift. It is not dependent on your boss's mood. Once you have worked, your employer owes you that money. Statements like, we will pay you when the company gets money, management has not approved salaries, or you annoyed your supervisor are not legal excuses. Delaying salary as punishment is illegal. Skipping a month's pay is illegal. Your salary must be paid promptly. Number 4, unfair suspension or dismissal. No employer can just wake up one morning and sack you because they are angry. The law demands due process. You must be informed of the allegation. You must be given the opportunity to respond, and the reason must be lawful and fair. Many workers receive messages like, don't come to work again, or HR will contact you. That alone can make the dismissal unlawful. Even suspension must follow a procedure. You cannot be punished first and heard later. Number 5, forcing you to resign. This one is very common. If your employer harasses you, threatens you, reduces your responsibilities unfairly, or makes your working environment unbearable just so that you will resign, the law calls it constructive dismissal. You resigned, yes, but legally they sacked you, and constructive dismissal is treated the same as a legal termination. Number 6, denying you your annual leave. Annual leave is your right. It is not a reward for good behavior. Your employer cannot say, we are always short-staffed. You don't deserve leave, or take money instead. Leave exists to protect your health, your productivity, and your dignity as a worker. Forcing you to work continuously without rest can even expose the employer to liability. Number 7, deducting money from your salary without permission. Your employer cannot deduct money from your salary without your written consent or a lawful reason supported by proper procedure. They cannot secretly deduct money for uniforms, damaged items, customer complaints, or mistakes just because they feel like it. If deductions are not transparent and lawful, they are illegal. Number 8, employing you without a written contract. The Labor Act requires that within 2 months of employment, you must be given a written contract. If you don't have one, your rights are unclear, your employer controls the narrative, and you are exposed. A contract protects both you and your employer. If you don't have one, ask questions early. Now here is the biggest issue of all: fear and silence. Many employers succeed in abusing workers because workers are afraid of losing their jobs, afraid of being replaced, afraid of speaking up. But silence is what allows abuse to continue. The labor law exists to create fairness, not fear. If this video opened your eyes, subscribe for more Labor Law Explained Simply. Comment below which workplace abuse should we expose next. And share this video because someone you know is suffering in silence.